Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for logging on to CBSDenver.com. I'm Michael Spencer here at the Pepsi Center. The floor behind me, the ice is gone. The floor is up. The Nuggets and Avs seasons have officially come to an end. Nuggets head coach Michael Malone and President of Basketball Operations Tim Connelly holding their postseason wrap-up meetings with the media today. Of course, the big news that came out on Monday morning, Tim Connelly deciding to stay here in Denver. He had a little flirtatious activity with the Washington Wizards over the weekend, was in Washington on Friday, met with the team's owner, toured the team's practice facility. Of course, that's where he's from. That's where he got his start. He grew up in Baltimore. His wife's from the D.C. area. He started with the Washington Wizards as an intern back in 1996. Said today, though, that he decided to stay because what they have built here with the Denver Nuggets over the time that he has been here since he started with this organization back in 2013 was really just too much to turn down, and who can argue with that, especially after what we saw the Nuggets do in the 2018-2019 season, obviously ending in Game 7 of that second round of the Western Conference semifinals. Couple team notes for you. You mentioned Paul Millsap, his contract. Of course, Millsap, one of the big free agents that Connelly has signed during his time here in Denver. He's entering the final year of a 3-year, $90 million contract. He does have a team option. Connelly saying that he and Paul's agent will meet over the next couple of weeks. He said one thing specifically, that both sides want the same thing, and that is for Paul to be in a Nuggets uniform next season. My hunch is that they will go to Paul, ask him to take a reduced deal. $30 million for Paul Millsap seems to be a lot. He was certainly played a big role on this team. I don't know if he played up to $30 million over the last 2 years, but had a big role on this team, and he's a guy they want to be wearing a Nuggets uniform moving forward. So expect Paul Millsap to be back, but do expect that to be at a reduced price. He also touched on Will Barton, who he signed to a contract extension last offseason. Obviously, Will had a disappointing season, had a couple injuries that he was dealing with, had surgery, tried to come back, really wasn't the same Will Barton that we had gotten accustomed to. One thing Connelly said when he met with the media on Tuesday is that Will maybe didn't understand how much it takes to come back from a surgery and to rebound, because it was really the first time in his career that he had ever been injured. So he expects Will Barton to be back to the type of Will Barton that we saw prior to last year when he returns for the start of the 2019-2020 season. He also touched on Michael Porter Jr. and of course the big news there, MPJ, the 2014 or the number 14 draft pick in the 2019 draft, didn't get a chance to play this season because he too was dealing with an injury, but they expect him to be back. I said 2019 draft, should be 2018 draft. He was their 14th pick last year. They expect him to be back. They expect him to play in Summer League. It's going to be his first time playing 5-on-5, though. And so Tim Connelly trying to kind of temper expectations as we get set for the NBA Summer League, which starts July 5th. It'll be Michael Porter Jr.'s first time playing 5-on-5. So what can we expect? We don't know. This was a guy who was expected to be maybe a first, second, or third overall pick had he been healthy during his freshman year at Missouri. That didn't pan out. Basically used last year as a redshirt year during his first season in the NBA. And so now we wait to see what we will get from Michael Porter Jr. when the NBA Summer League tips off on July 5th in Las Vegas. All right, that's going to do it for your CBSDenver.com web report. Thanks so much for logging on.